Real Estate Masters. Everything you need to know about real estate, from buying and selling a house and the latest in local development and community projects to investing in local, national, and international properties. And now, here are two people who know their way around all things real estate, Tamika Bryant and David Johnston.
Thank you for joining us today on TV 25's Real Estate Masters. I'm David Johnston. My co-host is Dr. Tamika Bryant. Today we are on location in Kansas City's Northland at Affinity Enterprise Group, and we're joined by Erica Ruziska with RentFacts. Welcome.
Thank you.
I first also must mention, Erica, you're president of RentFacts, correct?
Correct.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about what RentFacts is, what you do, kind of who you are, what we do, type of thing?
Sure. RentFacts is a tool for real estate investors, whether you're a novice or a professional real estate investor. And it's designed to help the investor understand what type of income risk they're taking on by purchasing or investing in a single-family residential property. So it not only scores the property on a scale from 1 to 100, it's kind of like a personal credit score for your investment property, but it also gives you, demographic information, the most likely rent that you should be charging, and also how long you should expect a tenant to stay in based on the neighborhood attributes and what's most likely there. Vacancy rates. It has a whole host of data points that allows an investor to really understand what is the most likely scenario for that particular income property.
So if I'm reaching out into a neighborhood that I may not be familiar with, this is kind of the best tool for that?
Absolutely. It's an off-site due diligence.
So I would just go in, and what do I do? Kind of plug in the address or?
Yep. You would go to rentfacts.com. And in fact, we have, when you go to RentFacts, you can register for a free account. So, no credit card required, no purchase required. It'll automatically give you 5 free credits so that you can...
We like free. Free is good.
Yeah, free is awesome. So that you can run a report. So, whether you're a new investor and you're just wondering what your house is going to rent for, maybe you're looking to keep it and buy another home and use that as your rental. You could go online, register at RentFacts, get your free report, and see what your house might rent for. Then also, investors use it every day to determine what the best investment is for them. So they might be looking at, 20 rental properties and trying to figure out what the lowest income risk for the highest return might be, and RentFacts will be able to give you that data.
Oh, interesting. Well, I also think, so I could probably use it. I'm kind of like a passive investor. I have, like 5.
Sure.
So maybe it's like a tool for me to go in and take a look. Am I charging the right amount of rent?
Absolutely.
Maybe I'm charging too little or something.
Absolutely.
You charging too little?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I know.
What?
I'm making conversation with the guest, Tamika.
The lies he tells. So I have a question for you, Erica. How did you get into this position? I mean, did you wake up one day and say, hey, I'd like to run a company that checks out houses? Like, this is a very it's a unique part of the business. It's very interesting. It's very needed. But how does a person just kind of get into that? Like, how did you get there?
We, Affinity Enterprise Group acquired majority share of RentFacts in Q4 of last year. And that I just started with Affinity, and I was doing more of a global sales role. And I had come from a digital marketing technology company. And really, this product is tech. And we do market this product digitally heavily. So, investors from all over the U.S. and even outside who are investing in the U.S. are coming to us because they find us online. And that was my background, sales and marketing for digital prior to this. So it seemed like a really good fit for me.
Got it.
I'm not an investor per se. I mean, I've been a landlord. I'd loved it. And
2 o'clock in the morning, phone call.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Not for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
It really isn't
Right.
for everyone.
I know, that that 2008 year when I bought my house and still had my condo, and then ended up with my condo and my house at the same
Right.
time.
Oh, so you were a
I was,
landlord by force, not choice.
yeah, I was one of those.
Got it. Got it.
But I actually have learned a lot about investing since I've been running RentFacts. But really, it's technology, and it's some of the best data you can find out there, and the product is really slick, and it's all online based, and so it was really easy for me to be able to just comfortably come in and realize where we can put our marketing dollars and how we can scale the business.
Got it. Gotcha. I know his brain is over there turning because, of course, as we're learning more about all these investor tools,
Yeah.
we start thinking about what we didn't do or what tools weren't available when we started investing. So
Yeah.
that's why this particular show is really key for the new investor as well as maybe a more seasoned investor who just may not know. I always say with all this access to technology,
Mhm.
you do a search, you just sometimes get too much, and you can't
You
get
do.
to a person to ask questions about it. So, what are some of the common questions that you may get from investors? I know you guys do a lot when you go to conferences and things like that with people coming up to your booth. Are there any questions that are common coming from an investor?
Um, common questions are probably more so about how to apply the data in the reports and how to utilize that to set rents or set a management strategy
Yeah.
for your investment property. And so, um, clearly I just explained my background. I am still learning, but the co-founders, Shane Sauer, he is a private lender here in Kansas City,
Mhm.
and Scott Abbey, he's a property manager here in Kansas City. They designed this product, and they really
Awesome.
designed it for their business, their own businesses. Decided it was marketable, and then took it outside. And they are still highly involved in the business, and so we have webinars that we put on every 2 to 4 weeks, and Scott or Shane runs those, and you can get online, ask them any application question or property management question. How do I look at the vacancy rate of this property, and how does that really apply to, where I would set the rents, and or how would I maybe market that property because of this vacancy rate or a tenancy duration, or so they're really highly involved in
Gotcha.
answering a lot of those questions that maybe I can't answer
Okay.
today.
Very
Cool.
good.
And so a lot of it really is application based.
Well, I have a couple questions more that I know that I want to ask, and she's done as well. We're going to take a short break right now.
Okay.
When we come back, we'll answer those. I want to thank you for joining us on TV 25. We'll be right back.